here today to have an interview with Joni. I'm just going to invite her to the live now. So, hold on a minute. Right. Chat about where she's at, her business, and the love she's creating around her family. Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. I've been looking forward to our conversation.
Cool.
How are you?
Cool. Yeah, good, thanks. So,
Great.
you're in the UK, aren't you? You're in Ireland, yeah?
I'm in Ireland, yes. I'm
Yeah.
up in the north of Ireland. Beautiful
Yeah.
County Tyrone.
Cool. Cool. And what's it like there at the moment?
It's
Fine.
pretty nice, actually. It's a little bit muggy, but, everything's mindset, isn't it, really? I always
Yeah.
say that living here, like you came from the UK before you moved overseas,
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
used to the weather being changeable. It's totally the same here. Irish weather is, you just don't know. It's mixed bag. In the summer, if you let the weather determine your mood, you shouldn't live here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think, you know, I see people very happy when the sun is out and very miserable when it's raining, and I'm like, you can't, that's no way to live your life.
Yeah, you can't live your life through the weather. So,
No.
yeah. So when people don't know, maybe your followers are joining. I'm currently in Vietnam with my family, and we've been traveling for just over a year. So we left the UK a year ago and sold everything, and we've been mostly in Asia during that time. So yeah, that's been a whole journey and experience. So
I have to say, your energy is so chill, like you're clearly just off the beach somewhere.
oh, thank you.
I can feel like beach vibes coming, emanating through my screen.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. I have to think we were like sitting there going, what day is it today? Because sort of, yeah, I'm not saying every day is the same, it isn't, but like we don't have that defined weekday, like when you go to a job during the week and all the day.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So yeah, well, just so people know, we connected, didn't we, just through Insta, like
I
just
know, I was just thinking that. I was like, how did we
yeah,
connect? It was literally through Instagram, just supporting each
yeah,
other's work.
yeah, yeah. I think I resonated with quite a lot of your posts, and I was liking
Oh,
and
thank
sharing
you.
your posts, and I think likewise. And then we started chatting because I'm moved from this kind of like completely faceless account to actually realizing that I actually want to be social. I want to make social media
Yeah,
social. So
absolutely.
starting to connect with other people in the same space, other like-minded women, and that's been my mission recently. So
Yeah, and you're doing such a
yeah,
great job, Joe. And it's,
oh, appreciate it.
as an introvert, to have built your Instagram account to what, you're over 12,000 followers here now, isn't that right? Like that's
I've got
pretty awesome.
36,000 followers. Yeah,
36,000 followers
yeah,
on this
yeah,
account right here.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's insane. And you did that without showing your face.
Yeah, I did the majority of it with just, faceless viral content. And yeah, if anyone wants to know about how I built that account. Um, and now well, we'll get into our chit chat, but just now it can be quite frustrating because I'll spend quite a lot of time creating something quite unique and authentic where I'm speaking to camera, and
Hmm.
I've got some reels like with just like viral faceless reels that have got like 4 or 5 million views.
Wow.
If I look back, yeah, and I still get traction on them. Some of them are like a couple of years old now. Um, but then like building the new face forward content, I'm not getting so much viral reaction. But it's about having the right people in your community,
Absolutely.
like-minded people, and you know, you can build a business with, like 1,000 followers. Like you
Yeah,
don't need
100.
100,000. If it's like a really engaged audience, it's relevant to your niche, who, yeah, it's much more valuable than like, like everyone, you can think too much about the numbers going and it count that
Yeah.
you've got like, 100, 200,000 followers and they're not engaged and they're not in your niche, then
Yeah,
it's
it's
it's not,
worthless.
it's worthless. Yeah. So yeah. So there we are. So yeah, tell it before I start rambling on. Tell us a little bit about your background and where you come from and what you're doing now, because
Oh my goodness, how can I condense this? Well, first of all, hello to your lovely followers, and hopefully you enjoy a nice chill, because Joe, you're so chill. I love your energy. A nice relaxed conversation, the kitchen table. I just got my little girl to bed. Hopefully she sleeps for the next half hour. But hello to any of my own lovely community if you're watching this, maybe on the replay or anyone live. So I am, first and foremost, I'm a mum. I'm a mum to 3 beautiful children, and they're aged 9, 7, and my little girl, the baby, she's just turned, well, she's 2.5, so she's halfway to 3. She's almost 3. For me, growing up in Ireland, I don't know, it's a small little island, and everything is very, I'll do what you tell me to do, and I'll go where you tell me to go. And it's very regimented, and you go through the school system, and you should do this, and you should be a teacher, or you should be a nurse. And that's wonderful. And we need teachers and nurses. We need amazing people and amazing jobs, 100%. I just never really felt like I fit it in. And I couldn't understand it. Still to this day, sometimes I just go, why? Why do I have this feeling of that's just not me? And I respect and admire so much the people who are in those roles. But I always felt like I had to be doing my own thing. And that is both a blessing and a curse, let me tell you. Because sometimes I wish, oh my gosh, why didn't I just fit in? Why, but inherently in my bones, no, I know I'm meant to be charting my own course, building an online business. And the way I spend my time doing that is, well, I've gone to school, gone to university, came from a big-ish Irish family. Mummy's a retired school teacher. Daddy has his job he sells car parts, and just grew up in a very normal rural that's a new word, rural Irish family. Went through the school system and then at university, and I just, went and had a great time, studied public relations, journalism, worked for a little while for a lovely lady after that, but very, very quickly after the university experience, I just decided I have to be working for myself. Tried different things, different nuances, and what I really, really fell in love with was mindset material when I first came across the work of Bob Proctor. And I'm sure you've maybe heard of who Bob Proctor is, because you're a very positive lady, so you'll obviously know who Bob Proctor was, God rest his soul. But he was a phenomenal thought leader and teacher of personal development. And like a lot of people who discovered Bob, I came across his work in, I think it was 2006 when I read the book The Secret, and I read that in Australia. Oh gosh, where was I? On Bondi Beach or on a train somewhere, running to some little job, running around the world. And I read that book after being recommended it by a friend over there. She said, I was feeling homesick, and she said, you need to read this book. But I was just completely besotted by the material. And then I went through different jobs, different businesses, business models and stuff. And then I always kept being pulled back to mindset. So I went and worked under Bob. I became a mentee of Bob's and became a consultant of Proctor Institute. After studying some of it. It was such an amazing experience. Hopefully you can hear me. There's a wee bit of feedback. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear me okay?
No.
It's okay. So I sought out Bob Proctor as a mentor after going through some of his programs, which were and are very well known in the space of personal development, and invested heavily in myself during COVID times. I mean, heavily, as some people would say. You are mad. And it did feel a bit mad, and it felt really scary and very exciting and nerve-wracking. But I really wanted to be mentored closely by Bob Proctor. And then again, I reinvested in myself once more to be able to be certified to teach his materials. So I enrolled in the Proctor Institute to become a Proctor consultant, and then had to get so many clients, and the clients that I chose to work with are ambitious women, ambitious mums mostly come to me. I had to get so many of those clients to become certified. So I'm a certified mindset coach for, I guess, high performance thinking women, high performing women who want to think at a different level, where their results maybe have stagnated professionally, personally. So Joe, for about 4 years, I was teaching the most famous program that Bob Proctor's company delivers, and it was fantastic. And the ladies coming to me, very ambitious but stuck women, very frustrated, spinning their wheels, stuck in their personal life, professional life. They'd hit that ceiling, if you know what I mean. They just felt misaligned. They felt out of alignment, and I got to teach them the most incredible program and see them, witness them transform.
Yeah, that must have been so rewarding to see the journey with these women.
So rewarding. But I knew that it would work because I knew the material. I had gone through the course that I was teaching as a student before I became a certified mentor to share in this material.
Yeah.
And I still to this day study that material every single day. I took an 18-month break from focusing heavily on mindset to learn a few new skills in digital marketing. But I feel there's such a pull at my soul to get back into, like, the mindset stuff is so badly needed because there's so much negativity in the world and distraction, and women are, they're perimenopausal, they're menopausal, they're watching the news, they're watching, you know, negative politics, there are negative people in there. There's so much negativity, and I just say, women, girls, mums, we have to be introspective here and shut out all that noise if you want things to change. And if you don't want things to change, stay glued to the news, stay glued to politics, stay glued to listening to gossip and complaining and negative people. But if you want change, you have to redirect your mind to become very, very hyper focused on something wholesome. So that's what I'm working with.
I can totally relate to that because I come from the corporate world. I've been in the corporate world for over 25 years, and I thought, you know, I'll build this business, I'll quit my job, and I'll learn some sales skills and technical skills, you know, all the theory stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, the last year I've realised actually, like, the most important thing to invest in is your mindset and your, you know, yourself. And because you can have all the skills in the world, but if you don't have the right mindset, then it's the key, you know?
So true. Yeah. Bob Proctor often said that success is 95% mindset and 5% strategy. And I know it to be true because it's lived experience for me. And one thing that I see in the world, and I think that this is wrong and this is not the place for this industry, is a lot of toxic positivity. And I always teach my students, I've always taught my students, you know, just because you're a positive person and you're investing in your mindset doesn't mean that I've waved a magic wand and you're never going to experience an adversity ever again. You will face adversities. We all will. But how you handle them and how quickly you pick yourself up and get over it and cry what you need to cry out of you and get on with it, that will be a testament to what you've learned. Because
I think we all go through tough times. And,
for sure.
You know, it's how you move forward with that, what you learn from that.
Yeah. Know? Precisely.
Yeah,
we need more honest conversations about mindset, especially for women.
Yeah.
You know, because what mindset coaching is to a man is not the same for women. We have hormonal, you know, episodes. We have different things going on, different ebbs and flows, and we certainly need the mindset work. We have to do it. We just have to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So what do you not miss about the corporate world?
Me? What do I not miss? Meetings that went on for meeting's sake, when you could have just sent an email. Stupid jargon. I worked in a very male-dominated industry for years and years and years, and I was tired about talking about. I mean, I know I'm not being sexist or anything, but like talking about the football and the golf and, like, you know, all that stuff that men want to talk about what they did at the weekend.
Yeah, precisely.
And what do I miss? I just miss the inefficient. I don't miss the inefficiency of it. Like you feel like you've got to sit on your bum in front of a computer for 8 hours a day, but actually, like most, I'm not big in myself, but most of the time I could get that done in like 3 or 4 hours, but I still had to be there in front of my laptop, you know, like, and I'd always, I have to say, like, I built most of my account while I was working full time. I've had various different businesses over the years and side hustles, and everything I built a long time was a full-time job, because I was just I was really efficient with my time, and I'd build it like in lunch breaks and sneakily while I was on conference calls and post a reel, and I just,
That's amazing.
like women do, I multitask,
Yeah.
in those pockets of time,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was lucky that I'd worked from home for years and years, so I had that, have someone looking over my shoulder. But if you want it badly enough and you want to create that freedom lifestyle, then you'll take that short-term hit. It's so easy. I mean, we don't watch much TV. I try and work in the evenings,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes it's like, oh, we'll just watch a treat, something on Netflix, and then suddenly it's so easy to get caught into that. Oh, I'm going to watch a whole series of this now, and
I know it is.
yeah. One thing we don't do is watch the news. I feel very,
No.
very removed from anything like the fuel crisis or, what's going on in the Middle East. Because we don't watch the news, we don't watch that stuff on social media.
It's so damaging. It is.
Yeah.
If people knew the detriment that they are actually bringing in, that is happening in their mind every time they sit down to watch the news, and just to let it in. If I walk into a shop, say a clothes boutique, and I'm just like scanning, is there anything here that I might like? And I hear the news on, I will walk out of there, because I don't. And I think it is, people are so unconscious to the poison that is coming in, and it is hurting their results. And I say this as somebody who has studied journalism at master's degree level and has a master's degree in journalism. I'm not about that life. I don't want to be in it.
You must have known how much politics and propaganda goes into,
well,
the news. And
I can only share my own, what I think. It's a ratings war. It's like, what's the most negative? What's the thing that can get the most views? And it's never going to be something positive. And the short time that I spent in journalism, and there are good journalists in the world who do want to reveal truths and who are good, but you don't get to see much of that. I think the propaganda and the negativity and all of it that's been played out, which we can choose to shut off if we want, is so bad. And when mums are sitting at home, maybe they just had a baby and they're turning on the news and like just filling their head with that crap, or you're in your car, you're driving, and unconsciously you're taking in this awful story and that awful story, and just your mood is being built on what the media decides to put out that day. It is really bad. So I think oftentimes I think like this, people just, maybe they've never thought like this before until they hear a conversation where we're talking about this right now. They're like, oh, I never thought of that. I watch the news. Oh, I never thought of that. I run in circles of friends who gossip about others and complain about the cost of this and the cost of that. And yes, there are things going on in the world that are negative. We're not going to pretend that they're not happening. But what we choose to let in is, we're in control.
Yeah. Totally agree. Yeah. Oh, the same happened to me actually. After we went to a British themed restaurant here in Vietnam. They do roast dinners and Yorkshire puddings.
Oh, yum!
And we don't normally go to those places, but we thought, we'll make an exception. And they had like Sky News or something, BBC, I don't know what
just
it was,
ruined
in the background. And I was just like, oh, I don't know if I can. I didn't walk out, we were eating, but like, I didn't.
It's so normalised.
Our kids were there as well, and I was like, I don't want them to hear this either.
It's so normalised
or something,
Yeah. And like, you're not choosing this Pollyanna attitude. You're just protecting your heart and protecting your nervous system. And protecting your results and your business. And a lot of businesses complain that business is down and this is happening and that's happening. I'm like, well, what are you taking in here and here? And what is coming out of here? And like I said, lived experience of being in mindset for years and studying this material and being certified and being a human being, or a soul in a human body, whatever way you want to describe it. I live the ebbs and flows of life that everyone else does, and there have been times where I haven't been as invested in my mindset, or I've let something in, through the media that shouldn't have gone in, and I feel the effects of it, and I try to be somebody, I do my best to be somebody who doesn't let it all in. But when I do even like kind of feel that flat, that horrible feeling of like being deflated by that kind of information, I mean, oh, boom, straight back on the frequency, Joni, of, here's my goal, here's where I'm headed, that stuff's not getting in, we're not about that, keep going. That I catch myself in the moment.
Yeah, it's easy to get drawn in, definitely.
Yeah, but we won't.
So, so just going back to what you're doing now, because you're in a bit of a transition, aren't you? You were doing sort of traditional digital marketing.
Yeah.
And when we spoke before, you were doing that. But you might just explain what you're doing now and that transition you're doing.
Yeah, it might be useful as well for anybody in my community who has been following along, who has been, looking to work with me or benefiting from my content as a viewer. So I had been working under the direction and been mentored by Bob Proctor for about 4 years. And then he passed away as well in February 2022, and that was absolutely heartbreaking because that was my mentor. That's somebody who, yes, I invested heavily financially to be in his proximity, but it just also, it was devastating, because I wouldn't invest heavily in somebody who I didn't admire and didn't think that their work was life transforming. But anyway, I'd had my third baby. I'd had a little girl. And hello to any followers watching. I can see there's new numbers joining. Hello, lovely. So I hope that this conversation helps inspire you. So my little girl came along November 2023, and I just said to myself, I cannot be high performance coaching women in mindset right now because I'm in a dressing gown, I'm breastfeeding. I'm in a season of life where I have to be mama bear more so than ever because she's very little. She wasn't sleeping well, and I felt like I can't pretend to be on a Zoom call and be like, right, girls, I could do a little bit of mindset work. I was doing mindset work in a community that I'd been building with a friend. We'd had a period of time working together, and I was doing some mindset calls, and that was lovely. That was just enough. But I had to set down this high performance coaching that I'd been doing with Bob Proctor's material because I just didn't have the energy to pour into students because I was wrecked from having had a baby. Just being completely honest, right? And you can't pretend, you can't, especially when you're an empath. I feel deeply other people's stuff, and you have to be, pouring from a full cup. And I couldn't really pour that much out of me right in that exact moment. So the little bits of mindset that I was doing was just enough. But I took a break from high performance coaching to study digital marketing. So what I'd said basically around that time, third baby in my arms, breastfeeding, us not sleeping, me feeling like, oh my goodness, this is really hard. I was like, well, that's quite a big income stream of mine. Like Bob Proctor always taught about having multiple sources of income, which is great. It's good to have irons in the fire and other things, but that would have been a sizable chunk of my income coming in. And I was like, well, I can't do it right now. It wouldn't be right for the baby. It wouldn't be fair on me or the audience, okay, to be acquiring clients and teaching this right now and showing up just not full energy, not fully aligned. And I came across digital marketing and decided to learn digital marketing skills and found some courses and resources which I felt passionate enough about and where I was learning a lot from to sell those. And I was reselling those affiliate sales basically. And that was keeping things tickety-boo for about 18 months. So I was doing the bare minimum. I was able to maybe work an hour and a half to 2 hours a day, sharing in what the courses were teaching and making sales semi-passively with baby in arms, running after my other two children. And it was scrappy. Like I'm not gonna say it wasn't scrappy. It was like steal a half hour here, steal a half hour there, work while the baby's sleeping, maybe get up in the morning, do a bit of work then. But it brought in just a nice amount of money so I could really get to enjoy being completely devoted to baby and my two boys in a time where I just needed to lay off the high performance coaching energetics for a bit. And then as seasons and tides turn, I just woke up one day and I said, I hope hope my audience understand my pivot, because I pulled the brakes really hard one weekend. And they'd known me for mindset for 4 years. Anyway, I'd always been interested in delivering mindset, but I've been doing mindset strong on mindset for 4 years. And then I changed to digital marketing. I told them this is why I'm doing it. Hopefully they know, like, love, or trust me enough to just stay with me. Some people will, some people won't, whatever. It's, you know, your vibe, your tribe. And then 18 months of digital marketing, wonderful. But then I just thought, I feel the calling to go back into more intense mindset and bring my own course out into the world, which is a much lower investment than anything else that I've shared, you know, teaching high performance coaching. It's lower ticket because that's the way the community, the marketplace has gone. People are investing in like something a bit less of a price tag. The markets have changed. This is the way of the world, you know. High performance coaching is still in demand to an extent, but people are looking for courses that are maybe something that they feel they can lean more towards. You know.
I think people want more of the personal touch. They want more of the. They don't want just the off the shelf kind of.
No. And because there's so much AI out there, and like AI has its definite uses. I'm not here to say anything bad about AI. There's obviously things about AI that I do not love, but people want that human connection. And especially women who are feeling broken in their results and their mood is low. They want to improve their professional, personal life. They're sick and tired of maybe AI twins over here and this AI bot over there. They just want something, a community to enrich them and personal development to help them crash through that ceiling. So I felt the call to come back. I just woke up and intuitively, as an empath, I just felt that you have to get back to mindset. I was thinking, am I ready right now? Like, you know, I should do a bit more digital marketing for a little while. Like, it's good. Like, I'm enjoying this. And I hadn't quite hit the goal yet. I was like, no, forget it. Logic. This is not about logic. This is an intuitive pull the brakes really hard. So it was literally like Monday morning came around and I was like, right, I'm back doing mindset to my Instagram community.
Energetically feels right. You can't force something.
Precisely. Yeah. So that's how it's been. And you are in your business. What way are you going about your business out there each day? And tell us what you're doing. Obviously, I know, but my community don't know what you do.
Yeah, I've got multiple different things I work on. Myself and my husband, we work for a Japanese wellness company, and we're distributors for that company. We sell high quality wellness products, and I also work within that community, but building tools and resources, selling those tools to other distributors and build landing pages and all that stuff, which I love doing. And but I'm in the process also of like the longer term vision, which is building on this and creating a coaching program for people like myself who were in the corporate world, mums who feel stuck, who want to build a business and don't really know where to start or how to progress through that journey. So that's my vision. Yes, in the longer term. But we know, I say to everyone, you know, whether you're in the UK, you're working, you've got a family, or you're traveling with your family, and both our kids are, you know, with us pretty much 24/7, or, you know, apart from a few odd hours here and there during the week. So it's still juggling wherever you are, like trying to fit a couple of hours in the evening or during the day while one of them's at a group or something, and we tag team, myself and my husband. So it's the same. We're not, you know, we have a bit of pool time, we have a bit of beach time, we have a big community here.
Lovely.
We socialise quite a lot. But yeah, it's just fitting. Again, it's not working. We're not working like 8-10 hours a day. It's fitting in an hour here, an hour there around life. So it's fitting work around our life, not the other way around. So
it is nice to see how I think it is definitely being accepted as more normal to have a laptop lifestyle. You know, people are starting to go, oh, right, okay, that's not so bizarre or new anymore. I think, you know, with TikTok as well, it's such a such a mad, crazy app with so many personalities and
Yeah,
so
I
many,
don't
there's
use it. I
people,
don't use it really.
oh my gosh,
You can't really
people
use
make
it in the
money.
ages. It's like lockdown. But yeah, I always think of it as like it's like for younger people. But it
It's
isn't.
not,
No.
it's not like people make money in the most bizarre ways. There are women on there like scratching microphones and just ASMR stuff. And it's
Oh
just
yeah, I've
like,
seen that with their
yeah, and
nails.
and oh my goodness, like this woman, one day I went on, and because I started on TikTok about a year and a half ago, and a woman a woman was eating ice out of the freezer, and people were loving the crunch of the ice, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, take another bite of that ice. Let me hear the crunch. I love this." And I'm
Oh,
thinking, this is weird, but
she's
what I'm
making money.
learning, huh?
And they're making money out of this. Probably gone
Oh yeah,
viral.
yeah, yeah. And I was like, what I'm learning from this is like where do we draw the line? People can do whatever they want, okay? I obviously believe in doing the right thing, the ethical thing and stuff like that. But people can do the most off the wall thing and get paid for it.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a paradigm shift that's required where a lot of like I don't know your audience is it men, women? I'm speaking to mine who are mums here.
Mostly mums, yeah.
Mums so need to understand that like just because we're brought up with this whole idea that here's the way things should be done,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't mean that they have to be done that way.
Yeah,
You know, you can make money online from selling your knowledge. You
yeah,
know, you can
yeah,
do that. You don't need any. People are waiting for permission because the school teacher told them you can be a teacher or a nurse or an accountant or whatever. And again, total major respect to everybody. And as well, I want to make sure people understand I'm a champion of women no matter what they choose to do, whether
yeah,
they choose to work a 9 to 5, whether they want the laptop lifestyle. This is
yeah,
not about that. I just want women to understand that they get to choose because maybe
yeah.
they don't realize that inherently.
Yeah, it's about having choices. I never thought I just did. I remember growing up being told by my mum primarily, "Oh, you're so lucky. You're in that generation where you can have it all. You can have a family. You can have a career. You can go to university, and women fought for the vote. To have all these rights in life." And yeah, and I listened to her, and I did all those things, and then climbed the corporate ladder, and slowly woke up and thought, is this it? Is this what I'm meant to do for the next 25 years? Like,
Yeah,
there's got to be
yeah,
more out there. And what I would say is what's been great about traveling and world schooling is we've met so many like-minded families, um, entrepreneurial people, people doing life differently, working online. And it's great, like, to just have those connections that we necessarily wouldn't have had back in the UK. So
yeah. How
yeah, and just
inspiring.
learning from each other. Like we've got various groups and clubs, and yeah, we've got to all share knowledge and skills with each other. Um,
What
but
is
yeah, you
word
can.
skilling, by the way, Joe? Just for those who don't understand what word
Oh,
skilling is, how would
oh,
you
well,
define that in a one-liner?
well, you've got homeschooling where you obviously have school from home. I don't go to
Mm-hmm.
traditional school. World schooling is pretty much where you basically travel with your kids, and there's
Wow.
different variations of it, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't go to traditional school. Um, oh yeah, there's lots of variations of world schooling, but it basically means they're learning through life experiences. They're learning about different cultures and currencies and from the world around them as they travel. We also do some, we do traditional subjects as well on top of that. But some
Wow.
people literally just, everyone's got their own way of doing it. I don't think there is a definition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gosh, it certainly is a change from the corporate ladder. It's like you climbed the corporate ladder as high as you could, and you just got further and
yeah,
further away from the freedom and the beach and everything
yeah.
that
I think
you
also there
love.
was a money thing about it, and that I got to this point where I was earning the salary that I thought would I'd have I would be proud of when I'd achieved it.
Yeah.
And when I got there, I thought actually like it's not that important anymore. Like the money
Mm-hmm.
isn't the be all and end all. And I was getting older, our kids were getting older, and then I also like I don't know what it's like in Ireland where you are, but I got to that point where I was about to go over like an income threshold, and I was actually going to end up being worse off because some of my salary was going to get taxed at 60%.
yeah.
And I was also going to lose some of the childcare stuff I had, like the so many hours a week and other things. And I worked out that I was actually going to be worse off once I'd crossed this barrier.
God, it's
And
just, when you think about it, it's crazy.
and I just thought, I was paying so much money in tax and national insurance, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
Sounds a bit like a scam, doesn't it? Sounds a bit like a scam.
Yeah, and the thing about being self-employed is, like you can, you can have your expenses and you can offset that against your income, and and you can reduce your tax bill and become more efficient, and you can earn less money but end up with more money at the end of the day, And so I'd learned about that along the way, and I just thought, I can't be in the system anymore. I can't support this,
Yeah.
And and also our daughter, when we left, what was she? I guess she'd just gone 12, and our son was 3, and we got to the point where we still got time to impact on their life and show them that there is another way,
How did your daughter find it being 12?
Yeah, she's great. She's got some great friends, and she's been doing an entrepreneurial club here.
Oh, wow.
And learning about building a business. And what I want most from her is to find something she enjoys and she's passionate about, and pursue that and build a life and a business around that. And I'm not saying results aren't important, but I don't want her to just, if she wants to work, get a job, again, that's equally fine, but I want her to know that she's got choices and options in life,
Absolutely. Yeah. And then your 3-year-old, so you having your 3-year-old boy, is that right?
Yeah, he's 4
living
now.
Life for the first time as a 3-year-old, and just traveling the world, and that's all he will ever know.
Yeah, he's
so
grown
cute.
so much confidence, and he has the busiest social life. It's football.
What age is he now? What age is he now?
4 and a bit. Football, jiu-jitsu, art and crafts, reading, phonics, music. Oh, this is just he's having the time of his life. So
that's so amazing.
Yeah. So yeah. So what else can we?
I suppose, we didn't really plan much, because you're so chilled on the beach over there.
Yeah.
You're so chill. I love it.
We didn't go to the beach today.
I'm used to coming on calls and doing mostly the interviewing when I go live. So I know we're kind of sitting here, it's 50-50 kind of dialogue. But I love your relaxed personality. I love it. I was thinking, I suppose, for anybody who is watching this back, what would be something that I would like to leave them with, to just help their day feel better. And, what I do want any mum to know who comes across, my account through this lovely conversation with you, is that, her results don't define who she is. She is not, what the exam paper says. She's not the grades on her school report. If they weren't good, that doesn't define who she is. She's not defined by the money in her bank account, or maybe the lack thereof. She's not defined by the scales, and that she can change anything in her outer world by changing how she operates in her inner world. And thinking this requires a skill. This is not something that can just be picked up in a simple conversation like this. Bob Proctor, God rest his soul, he always said, thinking is not taught in school. Thinking is learning how to think is like learning how to learn a language or a piano. And we have to learn to use our infinite minds. And we can change everything when we learn how to think properly, and not just have outer resources and sources controlling our thinking. So no matter where she is, women watching this who are stuck in their goals professionally, personally, she can change it and turn her life around by changing how she thinks. And that is definitely where I come in. So
Yeah.
hopefully that helps somebody who's feeling a bit deflated with their
Yeah.
results.
And also, yeah, I mean, what would you say to someone who, what would you say the first step is, you know, because I think sometimes it can feel like you've got on this massive jump, like you don't have to necessarily like sell everything and leave the UK and go world schooling.
Yeah.
I think it's, yeah, what would you say? It's just having a conversation with someone like yourself.
But
Yeah,
I think,
but
Joe, this awareness, you know, if somebody is stuck, and I have been stuck on different occasions, or we call it stuck, but really it means you're out of alignment.
yeah.
You feel like something just doesn't feel right, and your results reflect that.
Mm,
So if we're out of alignment, our results reflect that in our outer
mm,
experience.
mm,
So I would say the first thing to do is to understand that that doesn't make you a bad person or broken or there's something wrong with this woman. It
mm,
just simply means you're out of alignment and you have inner work to do. So I always recommend, and my content is about this all the time because this is
mm,
kind of the anchor in my content right now,
mm,
is that first of all, you have to identify that you feel this way
mm,
with no shame or
mm,
judgment. Then you have to get it up and out of you. So I suggest that a woman who feels this way gets a pen and a paper
mm,
and writes down her life as it is right now in the way that, you know, to cleanse, to purge, get it out. You
mm,
know, here's how things are
mm,
personally, professionally. She gets it up and out of her. Then what she can do, this is the magic part. This doesn't cost a cent. This
mm,
takes 5 minutes.
mm,
Then she needs to rewrite that in the opposite form. And then
mm.
she has what she wishes she had.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then she can burn the piece of paper with the results that she doesn't love, which is symbolic of letting go and releasing.
yeah,
And she then has a goal to pursue on this piece of paper, which we would
yeah,
call your goal statement, or your goal, essentially, just your page with your goal on it.
yeah,
And if she can become obsessed with that and turn off the news and get around people who are obsessed with this style of thinking, but keep it up because this is not just a one and a done thing. If she
mm,
can kind of elevate her thinking to this level and be obsessed with thinking like this and thinking about this goal and not the way things are, the lack over here, but the abundance that's on the horizon right here
yeah.
with this piece of paper in hand, I think that is an exercise that's really powerful.
Mm-hmm. That's great, great advice. Yeah, and so simple and straightforward. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I'm sure you've done something similar yourself. You know, you can't have the success
Mm,
you've had in business without, and some people are what we call unconscious
yeah.
competence, where they know this, but
Mm,
they don't know that they know it.
mm,
Therefore, that's a problem because if they don't know that they know it, they can't pass it on
mm,
to their children.
mm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I've done um is write down like all the mindset thing is write down all the like maybe a list of 15 things that you've achieved or you're proud of in your life, and it could be anything from like childbirth to graduation or like something you did in your career and personal, and then you can email your notes on your phone, and then you know when you feel like you're going through a really tough time or a challenge, you look through that list and it reminds you of everything you've achieved in life and how actually puts it into perspective. And yeah, and you know, because we're programmed to look, as humans to often look at our failures and not our successes.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, and then you
it's
can just
beautiful.
reevaluate that list every now and again and add things on, and yeah,
Yeah, when the mind is taking that in, and that's
yeah,
so wholesome, the
yeah,
results have to follow. But when we're
yeah,
taking in toxic, negative news and all this
yeah,
chatter, I can't do this, and I'm not good enough, and what'll they think of me,
yeah,
and who do you think you are? The
yeah,
results have to follow because everything is preceded by a thought. So I
yeah,
love that exercise that you've just mentioned. Looking
yeah,
at what you have achieved and focusing on that
yeah,
is a really beautiful idea.
yeah. Just about trying to reprogram to positivity, like you said. So. All right, we've been on this call for a while now. And your daughter's having a nap, isn't it? So I'm sure she's going to
She
be
is. She's
staring
still
you
sleeping,
soon.
which is
So,
good.
although I do like a bit of real life, I've been on calls where women have been breastfeeding, and
Oh, that would
there's
have
been
been
a
me
little
if we
while.
had been on 9 months
I had
ago.
one call a while ago where my son just walked straight. He'd been in bed for about an hour, and he just literally just walked straight past. Mum, mum,
Oh,
mum. just randomly,
Oh,
like these things happen, real women, real
yeah,
life. So
absolutely. We're not going to
yeah,
try and edit out the
no,
real life because
yeah, yeah.
that's what's going
Well,
on,
it's been
really.
great connecting with you, Janie, and I'm sure I can say for both of us, if you want to have a chat or get in touch, message either of us. I'm sure our inbox is open if it's just for a chat or a call or a bit of advice about something.
For sure.
Want to talk about anything we've spoken about today. Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll repost this as a reel. If anyone missed it, they can watch the whole episode.
Oh,
episode.
episode.
The
Sounds
whole
very
well,
like a
it's not an
series,
interview, it's just a
very
chat,
Netflix.
isn't it? So
Thank you
yeah,
so much I've loved sharing this time with you, and I love
yeah,
your
yeah.
relaxed, lovely, laid back Vietnamese ambience that you've created over there. I love
It's
it.
nearly 9 o'clock now, so I'm probably relaxed because I'm quite sleepy.
Ready for
I
bed.
was playing pickleball at 6:30 this morning, so
Time for bed,
pickleball.
Joe. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for having me. I've really
Oh
loved
yeah,
it.
thank you so much. I've loved it. All right, take care.
Okay, good
Have a
night.
good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.